the same? Just how I like it.
Now, where was I bound again?
This isn't much to go on.
Plenty of gossip.
Crowns and politics are no concern of mine.
What else needs doing?
Who to talk with?
Lots to do. And precious little time.
What should I get up to today?
That's a crowd and a half.
Sometimes I wonder if I'd be better off a hermit.
To each their own.
I've got the sharpest ears in town.
Nothing's harder than living in
Plenty of
honest.
I
gossip.
could use a little fun to brighten my day.
Where
What
to
should
now?
I get up to today?
Suppose I best earn my keep.
What is life without a little spice?
Welcome. The sky always puts me in a contemplative
Any
mood.
mistakes this time round.
Can't they see the old bloody faces watching?
Life's best taken at a leisurely pace.
Always the same.
Welcome.
They are today.
Lots to do.
Just how
And
I like
precious little time. I get along with everyone.
My body's not forgiven me for last night's scuffle.
Well met, sir. Fancy
Sometimes
again?
I
I hope the weather
wonder
fine
if
wears all.
I've got the sharpest ears in town.
All this hustle and
I get
bustle
along
puts
with
me
everyone.
right
Use
at
a
home.
rest.
What should I get up to today?
I'm not sure what to do with
Welcome.
myself.
'Twas a fascinating tale those soldiers outside the palace were discussing.
Regarding the Queen Regent and an important personage, you mean?
Aye. Tell is, her ties to this figure from the neighboring country have a romantic tint.
Time to head to market, methinks.
I'll go on an
Well
adventure
met,
of my
sir.
own.
To catch myself
Fancy a
up on
gander?
the talk around town.
Fine wears all.
I'm in fine fettle
Crowns and
today.
politics are no concern of mine.
Bigger the crowd, less eyes on me.
I've got
Puts
the
me in
sharpest
the
ears
mood
in
for a
town.
song.
To
it
each
does.
their own, as they say.
There's naught I love
Welcome.
always the same.
Saucy
They are today. Just how I like it.
Seems I've caught someone's
Bleeding
eye.
amateurs. No respect for their talk.
Been a while since I heard a good story.
Welcome.
I get along with everyone.
Barely scraping by.
This might be worth a read. Shall we take a closer look?
Been a while since I heard a good
Welcome.
It's a good time, this
That's
place.
not acting up today.
I'd fight better if I had an L to keep me warm.
Would that I had a helping hand.
Lots to do. And
Well
precious
met,
little
sir.
time.
hard.
Fancy a gander?
Barely scraping by.
Fine
I've got the
wears
sharpest
all.
ears in town.
They shan't be able to take
To
their
each
eyes
their
off.
My
own,
body's not
as
forgiven
they
me for
say.
last night's scuffle.
Would that I had a helping hand.
Me in the mood for a song, it does.
Always the same.
Welcome.
They are
I've got the
today.
sharpest ears in
Just how
town.
I like it. Some might find
I've got
cleaning
the
Captain will have my head if I skip another patrol.
Well met, sir.
I've a nose for
Life's
Fancy
you.
a
best
gander?
taken at a leisurely pace.
Fine wears all.
Been a while since I heard a good
I'd
story.
fight better if I had an L to keep me warm.
I'm not sure what to do with myself
Let's
today.
take it easy today. My knees are acting up.
Well met,
Ne'er
sir.
fail. Him.
Fancy a gander? Fine wears
There's
all.
naught I love more than a saucy rumour.
Mayhap I'll
I've
go
got
on
the
an
sharpest
adventure
ears
of
in
my
town.
own.
No shame in letting down your hair now and then.
This is most convenient. Another destination we were bound for is not far from here.
We shall have to decide which is the most pressing. We cannot do everything at once.
Welcome.
Recruits could barely lift their swords.
I the spirit of a woman half my age.
Let's take it easy today.
I'm in fine fettle today.
It's naught but fry of late.
Ready, Ellen?
What?
Okay, work together.
I'll give you that later.
Now there's a worthy prize, if only 'tweren't so far away.
How can I get more customers to shop for?
All this work and not a shred of gratitude.
I've the presence to command anything.
An ox cart ought to make our journey easier.
Fewer monsters are to be found in the main road, though carts travel only by the sun's light.
What's got you in such a good mood? Do tell.
What to make hay while the sun shines?
Isn't there anything to do round here?
What was it I
Been
had
a
to
hard day.
Do stop and have a look. I've wares of every ilk.
try all I might? I can't get time to head to market, methinks.
looks to be plentiful.
Very useful ingredients to be gathered here, I'll wager.
Shall we see if there's aught to be found while we're here?
Sir Ludolf's lust knows no bounds. This time he's set his sights on the Watchhead's missus. Still, however pressed, no man is like to hand her his own wife, eh? The Watchhead refused, and rightly so. But his lordship doesn't take no for an answer. He employed his usual method, which is to say, he dispatched the Watchhead on a mission to slay a Dullahan. Poor old Gregor departed last night. I'm sorry to say it, but he shan't be returning alive. That's the sort of man that noble is, you see. Naught noble about him, if you ask me.
Anywhere's better than the middle of the crowd.
Have no fear, Master. I'll fare all right without you for a little while.
'Tis not our place to hurry the Arisen.
This place is awful dull. Can't complain, mate.
Hail, friend! You've come at a good time. I was just hoping to speak with you. Have you heard aught of the masquerades being held in the palace of late? 'Tis said they are in celebration of the sovereign's valorous deeds. However, in truth, my mother is merely holding them to strengthen her ties with her closest retainers. But therein lies our chance, for I suspect one among them might prove an ally to our cause, a man by the name of Patrick. Might I ask you to infiltrate one of these masquerades and give him this letter? I imagine that's the most prudent way to go about this. You have my thanks. I would handle this matter myself, but I am afraid I cannot attend the masquerades. Mother refuses to allow it. I will speak with a sentinel I trust and bid that he ease his patrol on the evening in question. Pray, make use of this opportunity to slip into the venue. Patrick will be wearing a mask without a mane, and a blue cape, I believe. Hopefully this information will be enough for you to seek him out. Come to think of it, there has been tell of some important figure from a neighboring country being invited as well. I've not been told much. Any guest of my mother's is bound to be the mark of much attention. Mayhap 'twould be best to stay away from this figure, lest you attract unwanted notice. You should be going now, friend. You're not meant to be here in the first place.
Sometimes I wonder if I'm cut out for this work.
Tis our duty to see this peace protected.
Aught you need of me?
There's no shame in living life for its pleasures.
Greetings. You seek guidance, do you not? You have lost sight of your path, but I can point the way. You need only make a worthy offering in exchange. I have seen your path. May these words guide you true. You've my gratitude. 'Tis lovely to see you.
Fields eerie with no one about.
Tis our duty. See this.
It was a paltry repast, but I'm grateful to be found.
A solitary shard is good for little. We need to seek out more of these, if 'tis to be of use.
We ought to keep it with care. Lest we lose it.
I'll go and open the chest.
Many thanks.
It's no easy thing.
Couldn't hurt to rest my feet a moment.
Almost nodded off for a moment there.
I can't take it anymore.
This place is awful dull. Don't complain, right?
The monster's really scary. I've never seen one. I ought to stop. I don't mind crowds. The noise grates on my head on my feet.
I'm sure I can handle this.
Maybe I'll gather round, gather round. Treat your ears to a tale by a master storyteller. And should my story entertain you, nay, even if it shouldn't, I would greatly appreciate all your...
Oi there, friend. All I ask is that you hear my request. What have you got to lose? My thanks, sir. As to the matter at hand, it concerns my ox cart business. I've been holding off service on account of all the monsters on the road, but now I feel prepared to start making trips to Melv again. Only trouble is, there are still monsters about, and I can't help but that's where you come in. See, I've got a letter here from Lady Margit, the Watchhead's wife, to be delivered to one Sir Leonard in Melv. I'd like you to accompany the cart in my stead and see to it that the letter reaches its recipient. What say you, friend? Splendid! I knew I was right to put my faith in you. Now, the carts only depart at certain hours of the day, but I find that time flies when I take a seat at the station to wait. And mind you, don't forget to pay your way before you board. That's standard practice, and I would advise against trying any funny business. Each cart travels with an escort of trained soldiers, see, in case it encounters any monsters out on the road. So anyone thinking of riding for free will have to take the issue up. But enough of my lecturing. Just make sure that letter gets to Sir Leonard. Then come find me when the job's done. Oh, and I'll pay your fare this time, seeing as you're doing me a favour and all. Come find me when you've delivered that letter. I'll be waiting.
This needs to be delivered. Shall we see it done?
Time for an early supper.
Might head to market. Gather round, gather round. Treat your ears to a tale by a master storyteller. And should my story entertain you,
Anywhere's better than the middle of a crowd.
Do you know how long you'll be? I only ask so that I might adopt the most effective stance to recuperate my strength.
'Tis not our place to hurry the arisen.
fields eerie with no one about.
I know that lass from somewhere.
Seems like this time to head to market, methinks. Naught but fry of late.
This really is fun craftsmanship. This part's a bit different as well.
Not much has changed since I was
Well
made
met,
my
son.
legs able
How
to
might I
climb.
be of service?
Gather round, gather round. Treat your ears to a tale by a master storyteller. A hero oft forgotten by history in spite of his worth. Awoke one fell morning. challenged its ingress with voice loudly drawn, and in an instant, the giant.
This really is fine craftsmanship.
Aye, in the face of his valor, the gigantus did pale. But who among them?
You!
Good day, sir.
Can't remember the last time I had a proper meal.
Another day. Seems to be plentiful.
Wish I could go on an adventure.
It's early for a rest as yet.
There's got to be a way to earn more coins than this.
What should I get up to today?
Well met, son. How might I be of service?
I've got the sharpest ears in town.
No sense travelling when I'm happy as
This really is fine craftsmanship.
What should I get up to today?
Well met, son. How might I be of service? Off, we forget the value of money.
take joys by the handful.
What to do?
Regrets by the
Makes ways.
Some of it's for drinking
I train every day.
No easy
What
answer.
should I get up to today?
here.
Customers who stop by regularly.
There's naught I love more than a saucy rumour.
All this patrolling doesn't help a lot.
Always another errand to see to.
Try all I might. I can't get a supper on my skin. I'm always doing about a dozen
Working
things at
this
once.
field is all I know. I'm not stopping. Now, where was I headed?
Fields eerie with no one about.
It seems
Man,
we
this
must
guy is
part ways
annoying.
for the time being.
Nice place this. I'm in no hurry to leave.
Let me get that.
Here's hoping there'll be no trouble.
I've been on my feet all day. My legs are as
Good day, sir.
My curative magics are at your disposal. Wait right there.
Time to head to market, methinks.
Let's take it easy today. Need anything?
Now I've got it set.
Fancy anything I wears?
Stomach's complaining.
Ready for the morrow.
I'll have an early supper.
This really is fine craftsmanship. It's possibly different as well.
All I need right here.
I wonder what's going on in
I'm in no hurry to leave.
You!
My, I'm trapped like a rat in a cage. This Arisen's both shrewd and fleet of foot. What? Can't you think of a reason? I'd thought you were keener wit than that. Let's just say there are some who don't want you wandering about as you please. I was to report on your comings and goings, you see. But I suppose that job's over. Now you found me out? So, how about it, friend? Will you let me go? I've no reason to trouble you any further. Understandable. Still, no harm in asking, was there? Let's get this over with then.
That's it. Had enough.
I'm sure I can handle this.
This really is fine craftsmanship. It's possibly different as well.
Whoa!
Another moment.
Nothing's harder than living an honest.
What else needs doing?
What are you up to? Welcome to the stuff. We serve all manner of fine ales here. Shall I? Come back any time.
Cut that out. Days like this make me glad to be out.
Well met, sir.
There is much we ought to tend to, if we are to strengthen your Majesty's claim as a true Arisen. A place with books likely to entice Kendrick of the Gracious Hand is versed in many things. Is there aught else you would speak of, Your Majesty? Do not forget that we work to serve the citizen.
We could do with a lantern's light. 'Tis a glad thing I came prepared.
Thank you kindly. I did not mean to trouble you.
Is this a challenge, Arisen, to see who can keep pace?
Let us endeavor to keep up, though we are less fleet of foot. We shall remain here.
What am I doing?
Breadth of knowledge is no less important than depth.
Dull days for us are a sign that all is well.
ain't like this.
I've a niggling feeling I've forgotten something.
This place is very dreary.
Ah, the perfect spot to sit and think a while.
Can't wait for the new equipment to come in.
I fear I've not useful to share.
Mayhap you've been misinformed, sir, but there isn't to be...
I have been waiting for you, Arisen.
Slim pickings of late. Am I losing my touch?
Do stop and have a look.
A treasure chest. Shall we see if we can't make our way over to it?
At your neck. What about you? Good evening, sir. I trust you fared... all right on the roads, despite... the hour.
A good sleep will ensure we are prepared for the morrow.
Welcome. And well...
Open your eyes, everyone. 'Tis dark out, but our day begins.
Step lively. Journey by starlight shall make for a nice change of pace.
Feeling rested, I trust?
My head hurts just thinking about it.
Where's my car? Find a hole.
Good tidings, friend. As for me, I made the most of my week-long sojourn. One might even say I enjoyed myself overmuch. You see, I grew so fond of the destination my feet carried me off to, methinks I should like to live there. And that's when I thought, mayhap you've grown just as fond of this dwelling. Fond enough to purchase it from me? I can't just give it to you, mind. I've my relocation costs to consider, but I'd sell it to you cheap as I can afford. Well, friend, what say you? Much obliged, friend. I hope you're as pleased with our deal as I am. Suppose I'd best be off. I've my own home to get to. I hope you'll be happy here, friend. Farewell.
Interested in my wares?
Will someone do aught about this?
Have no fear, Master. I'll fare all right without you for a little while.
The masquerade is already underway, sir. 'Twill be a long night. Longer still for those of us on.
Is there nary a chance to make a fresh...
Well met. Is there aught I can do for you? Good to see you.
The same tired faces in the same tired fox.
Always the same. They are today. Just how I like it.
My sword arm could use some work.
Sometimes this is the only place I can find
rooted in the soil of learning.
There's comfort in the humdrum.
Always the same. They are today. Just how I like it.
I'd sooner stay out of battle, were it possible.
How might I better my performance?
Nary an engaging tale to be had in all the court.
Would that all my days were so
A lonely place, but not without its charms.
I ought to take a moment to review my affairs.
I've a niggling feeling I've forgotten something.
I like to come here when I need a minute to think.
Off to market I go.
Such cheap drink. 'Tis not at all to my taste.
Excitement in my life.
Business to attend to, friends to sup with.
This is a peaceful place. Perfect for meditation.
Anyone would notice if I'm mistraining?
This is where I come when life gets overwhelming.
My list of duties grows ere longer.
This place is very dreary.
Would that all my
Perhaps a
days
breath
were
of
so
fresh air.
tranquil.
I am all of a
A
dinner.
larger audience would mean more pockets to ply.
I'd sooner stay out of battle, were it possible.
Sometimes this is the only place I can find peace.
Silence cultivates wisdom.
Crowns and politics are no concern of mine.
I'm partial to a little quiet from time to time.
I've a niggling feeling I've forgotten something.
Would that all my days were so tranquil.
Mindless labor is for mindless men.
could use a bit of excitement in my life.
Gold to spend as 'tis.
I'm partial to a little quiet from
I've a
time
niggling
to time.
feeling I've forgotten something.
Got to keep my arms strong and my mind sharp.
I must be
fine
vigilant.
place to
The
sit and
townspeople
gather
depend on me.
Crowns and politics are no concern of mine.
Is there nary a chance to make a fresh acquaintance?
Winning over
Would
a
that
sullen
all
cat
my
is
days
my
were
specialty.
so
Friends to
tranquil.
sup with.
Sometimes this is the only place I can find peace.
I cannot afford another night of cavorting.
This place is very dreary.
My sword arm could use some work.
I'm partial to a little
Better
quiet.
to be at peace than continue to suffer.
Don't think I'll stand for this.
This is a peaceful place. Perfect for meditation.
I'm done for. I'm aren't not I? sure what's
Would
best.
that all my days are a sign that all is well. I only pray my watch finishes without incident.
The sky always puts me in a contemplative mood.
Ah, the perfect spot to sit in.
What is it? Is there aught you need? Ah, I see. Thank you for giving this to me. I shall pen my answer anon, behind closed doors, naturally.
I find dressing for these occasions awfully tedious daily life.
Wait for the new equipment to come in.
There are all to be said.
Surely I'm overdue a day off.
Such peace.
This quiet makes me feel like my head was skipping out of patrol. This place is awful dull. Can't complain, mind.
My sword arm could use some work.
Our soldiers need better training.
Dull days for us.
The
are a
sooner my
sign that
duties
all
are complete.
Many thanks. Patrick has already sent his reply. 'Twould seem my mother's tyranny has been weighing heavily on his heart. He has pledged to continue our correspondence and aid me in putting an end to my mother's injustices. This would not have been possible without your assistance. I am afraid I cannot offer much in the way of recompense, but pray, take this.
I'll prove my worth.
myself a new sword next pay.
Can't let myself get
This
distracted.
place is awful dull. Can't complain, mind.
Oh, got to keep moving.
All's well.
Couldn't hurt to put my feet
Those
to the moment.
recruits don't know pummel from point.
I'm in it now.
What should I get up to today?
Quite the predicament. Time to
I'm not risking my life for a Do stop and have a look. I've wares of every ilk. Right, I'm off. Can't afford to linger. What delights might there be to find in town today?
You're likely to run into some monsters on the way, should the cart be assailed.
This ox cart's bound for Melve. I'll need to see some coin before I let you on.
I must earn.
Time to be heading home. Should I get up to today? We're still in the fight!
We have reached our destination.
There are worse ways to travel, I suppose.
Fuck is that thing?
That damn dragon. Hurry, everyone! Get yourselves to safety!
You go with them. I'll fell that thing myself. There you are. Damnable beast. You will share in my desolation and my hunger.
This village is my home. You cannot expect me to abandon it. Then see your end.
hope of victory, we must employ every tool and tactic at our disposal. True enough.
Yourself. 'Twas a lesson in determination. Somehow I knew you'd come. You have my gratitude as well, sir.
Ulrika, glad I am to see you unharmed. You must return to the village. Everyone is concerned for you.
Forgive me. I'd best go. But I shan't forget this. Thank you. Truly.
I'll collect that. You needn't trouble yourself.
That wasn't the dragon, but a poor imitation of it. No wonder I feel so hollow. Tis a style all my own. A patchwork of techniques, honed for the sole purpose of slaying the dragon. That wasn't the dragon, but a poor imitation of it. Sigurd, you're the current Arisen, aren't you? I pray you do not walk the same path as I have. 'Tis a style all my own, a patchwork of techniques, honed for the
It's this way.
It's been a hard day.
I could almost nod off where I stand.
At least my back's not acting up today.
Time to be heading home.
Feels eerie, no one about.
We're saved.
What you need.
Well met. pleasure doing business.
Our packs are heavier, and our purses far lighter.
These were necessary expenses, mind. No use clinging to every last coin.
What's she kicking you?
We've naught to this.
Wasn't sure we'd survive that, but here we are. My thanks for your efforts.
Mayhap you will think this a trifle, but after we call on you to carry the burdens we cannot, I must thank you. Your toil keeps me light on my feet.
What did he say his name was again? The lad's in Vermouth now. He's eager. I'll give him that. Expedition, sword drills. Say the word and he'll join in at a moment's notice. Say, you look experienced. You should talk to the lad. I'm sure he'll be glad of a bit of guidance.
Speak to me another time.
I'm not taking any passage.
In every age, hence, pawns are treated with respect. Not to mention, they are skilled. 'Tis clear their concept of life.
Have you need of me?
Another day over.
I'm not into it.
All this walking's made my legs ache a fright. Oh, I can't complain. I'm not sure what to do with myself today. All this quiet makes me come more anxious.
Now here's a welcome sight.
Lots to do, and precious little time.
Let's fix this up right.
I'll sleep like a lot.
Perhaps this will seem of little consequence, but different masters.
Seems we've enemies in our midst.
We have no means of exploiting our enemy's weakness. Fall back, and I will heal you with my magic. Just right now. You truly are formidable, Arisen. I am attentive and loyal, and prefer to remain by your side. In battle, I shall follow your lead and prioritize support.
No sense letting the enemy gain the upper hand. Early griffin gets the worm, as they say.
Hang in there, Master. I'm coming to assist.
It is about time we pressed on, wouldn't you say, Master?
This ox cart, I'll not take you anywhere till I've had my due.
to do.
You like to run into some monsters? Should the cart be assailed, 'twill...
It's just another day, same as the one afore it.
I'm here's a welcome sight. I'm in no hurry to leave.
This ox cart's back. I'll need to see some coin before I let you on.
You like to run in? Should the cart be assailed, 'twill be your job to drive the beasts off.
So stiff after a day.
Here's a welcome
Rest all
sight.
my equipment. All of the chance.
Alright, I'll be right back.
It's been a hard day.
Living's hard.
Best kept
But
cleaning
dreams
a
are
boring.
free.
You tired?
Still a while to go before my shift's over.
I'll have an early supper.
Tis a bit early for a rest as yet. I suppose.
I should be later if I'll treat myself to a tipple before bed.
Preparations up my training.
Still too early to set out.
My bed calls, and I shan't resist.
Just yonder looks to be a good spot for harvesting ingredients.
We could pick some now and use them when the need arises.
Rest all my...
I heard a rumor that this land was once a kingdom of beastrons.
Truly?
Quite, though no definitive records remain.
Let me get that.
Very gentle scratch on my arms and armor.
I'm in fine feather today.
Methinks I've earned a rest.
Lost track of time. This place is too comfortable.
I'm in no hurry to leave.
Everyone's as tired as I am.
Lost track of time. This place is too comfortable.
It's been a hard day.
Let's go.
This will not go unpunished.
Here already. Travelling by ox carts was a welcome change.
Mayhap we can employ a cart for our next journey.
Got to work if I'm to put bread on the weary.
What delights might I be to find in town today?
Oh dear.
Here at the inn, I get so few customers, you see, that I can manage both roles myself. But enough about me. Did you need something?
Always a pleasure.
A flexible vocation, suited to bolstering our band where reinforcement is most needed.
Where you don't flit about so much, you trip over your own feet.
One can see far to the distance from here.
Perhaps we might take a moment to savor the scene.
You have my support. Might I be of assistance? I shall not fail you.
No. Fuck am I gonna fight that griffin? the griffin's over here. So I have to run this way. Okay. Just shot the fucking griffin.
My curative magics are at your disposal. Wait a moment.
Might I interest you in my humble ware? Much obliged, sir.
E'er since the reign of Rothace, the founder of Vermund, the village of Malv has played an indispensable role in the defense of our kingdom against the dragon. Yet twice now has the dragon set upon this village, inflicting numerous casualties before being allowed to flee. The fault here lies with you, Ser Ulrika. You have failed in your duty as acting chief.
With all due respect, Sir Martin, our village has dispatched many of its young hands to the northern stronghold since its completion. Was it not the former consul who decreed that the stronghold should serve to defend the kingdom, with Malv offering aid only where needed? Yet the stronghold has remained entirely silent to our plight. How can you say that the fault is ours to bear?
I know of no such agreement. At the very least, Queen Regent Disa has mentioned naught of the kind.
But I'm quite sure the consul...
You would dare misrepresent the words of the dead? Or do you mean to imply that the Queen Regent has spoken falsely? If so, then Melv's problems run far deeper than I had thought. 'Tis not indolence that has taken root here, but treason. The village entire will answer for this.
What? I intended nothing of the sort. Pray, let us...
Save your honeyed words, traitor. I must inform the Queen Regent of this development.
You came to see me? Forgive me, I've much to ponder. Still, how would you like to stay the night? I've yet to repay you for aught you've done for me. A small show of hospitality is surely the least I can do. 'Twas by your godly efforts that Malv escaped the worst of the dragon's assault. The people of this village are more precious to me than life itself. To lose them would have been the end of me. I wanted to tell you that, if naught else. Now, 'tis time we slept. There is much to be done for the village, and I shan't manage it without a good night's sleep.
There's ought to be said for peace and quiet.
This town must have needs. Here to ask aught of me.
Where is Ulrika? The Queen Regent has declared that Ulrika be apprehended as a traitor to the kingdom. All who seek to abet her will be tried in turn. Bring her before me at once.
Ulrika is gone.
What?
She stole away in the dead of night. Ask around. Several witnesses can confirm it. I cannot say why for certain, but I imagine she took your words to heart, Overseer. Realizing her plans for rebellion had been found out, she chose to abandon the village, for our sake.
You would have me believe that Ulrika was acting alone? That the rest of the villagers harbor no rebellious intent?
Aye, that's the long and short of it.
Very well. I shall take you at your word, sir. However, the absence of a leader will sow naught but chaos. For the time being, your village will be in our hands. If 'tis as you say, I do not expect there will be any objections.
Ah, there you are. There's aught I would ask of you. It concerns Ulrika. You've heard she fled the village, aye? Though that is the case, she would never truly abandon it. She left the village that she might fulfill her charge, protecting Vermont against the dragon. But as for where she went, I do not know. 'Twould be unwise for me to go looking for her, lest I draw the eyes of the Overseer's troops. However, should you happen to find her, would you tell me where she is hiding? I can only pray that she does not fall into the Queen Regent's clutches.
Well met, sir. How might I be of service?
Methinks I've an idea of where Sir Ulrika might have gone, Master. Very well. I'll guide you there directly.
A guide is most welcome. Now we shan't lose our way.
My talents lie in combining materials, and I'll use...
Hold fast, Arisen! I will be with you in but a moment.
Is this place bereft of beasts and brigands both?
I'll take the piece. I see a ladder yonder, but we can't reach it from here. We'll have to get up there and drop it down. Most sensible, Master. You'll be able to move much more freely with a lighter pack.
Follow me. Follow me, Arisen.
In another world, I learned that a forgotten riftstone lies nearby. Shall I escort you there, Master?
Master, goblins!
We have no means of exploiting our enemy's weakness.
Reinforcements? But that we have such resources.
Excellent. I could have done no better.
Plenty more where that came from.
Splendid. That was well fought. There's no one standing who might say otherwise.
No doubt, this triumph will spur us into the next. Could you come over here? I hope you weren't expecting this.
My fate is sealed.
That's it. I've had enough.
Now I've gone and stepped in it.
Right, just follow me.
This journey will be a long one. What say we employ an ox cart and save our feet the blisters?
A most agreeable suggestion. Of course, the Arisen shall have the final say in the matter.
Where do you think you're going, eh?
Stop! The Arisen has been torched! Quick! Douse the flames!
Really pushing your luck.
What am I supposed to do about it?
Make it quick. I ain't keen to drag this out.
You're welcome to take whatever you like from my pack, Master. I'd gladly see you put what I find to good use. Wait right there. Whatever 'tis you need, I shall gladly oblige.
Come off it.
So the fun begins again, eh, Risen?
Fight. To arms.
This is easily done.
One of our number is unconscious.
Me? Caught unawares? I've never been so careless.
Get a load of that!
Yeah.
Get a load of that! I'm not going to take that from you.
Some battles simply can't be won.
Here, if you please.
What to do?
This way, if you please, Master.
I'd wager there's ought to be found here.
Let us ponder how best to proceed.
One can never have too many materials. I'll harvest some now.
Methinks I've an idea of where Ser Ulrika might have gone, Master. I can guide you there, if you wish.
We're in your hands, sir. Much obliged.
Wait right there.
Certainly, Arisen. How might I be of help?
Seems we have enraged our foes.
I cannot believe they're arranged for our advantage.
Best not be bothering me for no reason.
Could you come over here?
We've a long journey ahead of us. We ought to employ an ox cart and save our strength.
I suppose 'tis so.
footing.
Yes, Master. I shall hasten to your aid.
Methinks I've an idea of where Ser Ulrika might have gone, Master. I can guide you there, if you wish.
We're in your hands, sir. Much obliged.
This journey will be a long one. What say we employ an ox cart and save our feet the blisters?
A most agreeable suggestion. Of course, the Arisen shall have the final say in the matter. We've a long journey ahead of us. We ought to employ an ox cart and save our strength.
Tis no great shock to me.
I see a ladder yonder, but we can't reach it from here. We'll have to get up there and drop it down.
A flock of harpies draws in! Its fierce fire's fury.
No sense letting the enemy gain the upper hand. Early Griffin gets the worm, as they say. I dare say the Arisen completed this without us.
A result to be proud of. This is generally used as a material.
I'm sure we'll find a purpose for it in due time.
Oh, there are worse ways to go.
I'll crush you if you keep that up.
Losing battle ain't worth fighting.
Could you come over here?
I'd wager there's aught to be found here.
We ought to take a closer look.
A fine place to harvest some ingredients.
I'd say we collect as much as we can carry.
Quickly, Arisen! You must regain your footing!
Am I the first to notice we've all got different vocations?
Our respective abilities are unique as well.
We must each of us hone our skills. Jack of all trades and master of none.
One can see far to the distance from here.
Perhaps we might take a moment to savor the scene.
I quite agree.
I'll not stand for this.
Sleep magic!
Me? Caught unawares? I would never be so careless.
Tremendous work! Hang in there, Master. I'm coming to assist.
Most impressive, Master.
Keep on like that and we'll be done here soon enough.
Outstanding.
Here, if you please.
Avoid flame at any cost, Arisen. You have been doused in oil.
Follow me.
Hold fast, Arisen! I will be with you in but a moment.
More where that came from?
My thanks. Something for the trouble.
Cut that out.
I'll carefully conserve my strength and endeavor to survive every battle by way of sound strategy and defensive tactics. You'll like to grow overburdened if you keep picking up every little trinket you find. It is a bit far. Perhaps we might employ the services of an ox cart.
What the...
There is no better time to strike.
The moment of victory is at hand. Let us finish this. This is rather thrilling. Goblins approach!
We have no means of exploiting our enemy's weakness.
Quickly, Arisen! You must regain your footing! Bear in mind that the group will seek out women with unwavering persistence.
Such single-mindedness is not necessarily easy to counter. Well done! Focus. A moment of indecision may spell our doom.
No quarrel.
Attack now, while the ogre's attention is fixed on its favorite prey. Do hurry.
One of us has been doused in slime.
Strike hard enough. You might not have to do this twice.
Strike fast and true, and our quarry shall fall. I've got a firm grip on our foe.
Good plan, but his center was smooth. Allow me.
By all means.
I'll crush you if you keep that up. I knew I'd pull. Always do. Oh, more lucky.
A fine place to harvest some ingredients.
I'd say we collect as much as we can carry. Might there be aught over there?
We ought to take a closer look.
No sense letting the enemy gain the upper hand. The early griffin gets the worm, as they say. I hope you weren't expecting that. This is rather thrilling.
I'd wager there's aught to be found here.
We ought to take a closer look. One of us has been doused in slime. I'm coming, Master.
The Arisen is in your charge.
I did my best to match your skill, Master.
To find a campsite.
Here, if you please.
This journey will be a long one. What say we employ an ox cart and save our feet the blisters?
A most agreeable suggestion. Of course, the Arisen shall have the final say in the matter.
Well done.
Guard if you want. Won't make a difference when I grapple you, see?
You dare I say it? We trounced our foe, well and true.
We mustn't allow ourselves to become complacent. Take each trial as it comes.
Fuck is that thing up there that's on fire?
We've a long journey ahead of us. We ought to employ an
Oh.
ox cart and save our strength. You have no support.
No sense letting the enemy gain the upper hand. The early griffin gets the worm, as they say.
keen to drag this out. Losing battle ain't worth fighting.
A fine place to harvest some ingredients.
I'd say we collect as much as we can carry. Methinks I've an idea of where Ser Ulrika might have gone, Master. I can guide you there, if you wish.
We're in your hands, sir. Much obliged.
I shall fly to your aid, Master.
As I recall, the location of another of our tasks is not far from here.
Efficiency is not the only factor worthy of consideration.
As your pack becomes heavier, so too does your step. Perchance you ought to let a few things go.
It was a fascinating tale those soldiers outside the palace were discussing.
Regarding the Queen Regent and an important personage, you mean?
Aye. Tell.
Her ties to this figure from the neighboring country have a
A good sleep will ensure we are prepared for the morrow.
Alright, guys. I'm gonna call it here because I still gotta do a couple more things before I head to bed tonight. Alright, you guys take care and have a good night.